This might be the shortest Amnesia analysis video, or not, but welcome to episode 3 of Amnesia analysis. Today we will discuss Jarek's role in Amnesia, the comparison between him and Xeba, and a prototype version of Amnesia where a different Mortal Kombat character had Jarek's role, so let's begin. Before we dive into the Jarek MMC files, we must first discuss who Jarek is in the Mortal Kombat series. He first debuts as a playable character in Mortal Kombat 4, as he joins 14 other characters, along with 6 new characters and 3 hidden characters, but only for the PS1, N64 and PC ports. He also appeared in the MK4 Gold port for Sega's last console, the Dreamcast. I only will say that until the comeback rumors are true. The roster retains from the other ports, but 6 characters, 1 hidden, returning from past games, like MK2 and MK3. Jarek was depicted as the brutish and short-tempered second-in-command of the Black Dragon clan. In the games, he initially utilized special moves and fatalities popularized by Kono, a trait later explained by stating that Jarek was once a student as he is. Jarek's lack of originality caused him to be labeled as a somewhat uninspired character by the Mortal Kombat fanbase. He would later gain his own unique moveset in Armageddon. In Mortal Kombat 4, Jarek is a young, brutish-looking Latin American man in his roughly 30 years, with short black hair and a small brush-like goatee. He wears an orange sleeveless vest with the Black Dragon logo imprinted with black paint on its back, green tactical pants, orange wrist and shin guards, and combat black boots. This attire is Jarek's appearance in MMC. In Armageddon he wears drastically different clothing. His default costume consists of red chest armor, shoulder pads, wrist guards, and boots. His alternate costume is a full suit of green armor with orange outlines. He also sports frilled black hair and his goatee is slightly bigger. Initially, Jarek shared most of his moves with fellow Black Dragon member Kono, but later on he gained his own moves. This was explained with the fact that Jarek was Kono's student. It is stated in Jarek's bio that he spent his time training new fatalities, but he never got to show them, as Armageddon featured a creative fatality system that replaced the character's individual fatalities. Now, he would later appear in AMKX comic, but hasn't been seen since. Up until The Perfect Storm Part 5. Now, as for who was originally fitted for the role, that honor almost went to Mubato from Deadly Alliance, but after The Perfect Storm released, that was changed to Jarek. Now, Xeba was created by Sebastian Rodriguez for the HTF Amnesia series. I know this will sound familiar, as I covered Xeba in part 1 of my future character history guide, but I'm gonna repeat what I said in the video here. The origins of him were totally unknown. For now we only know his name. He would appear out of nowhere in the town. When Cuddles would approach him to help him, he would take out his heart to put it in the ground, which would cause him to gain more power and could create towers that spread his brainwashing, washing him away. Brain all those who are not sinners and are good, having the sole objective of killing those who are not sinners. After that he would face Splendid, to whom after a battle he would return one of his henchmen. In another episode he would appear again, killing Lumpy, who was now a henchman of Sniffles. After that he tries to kill Sniffles, but would be stopped by Splendid, who was also a henchman of Sniffles. After a long battle the military they would fire a very strong rocket that would leave him badly injured, so he would have to regenerate. As he regenerated, the people he controlled defended the place where he was. When Flippy came to kill him, he let him get close enough, after Flippy had killed a few of his minions, to let Flippy kill him, taking his heart out of him. When Flippy was going to kill him, Flippy killed him. He stopped when he realized that Xeba was also suffering, being practically like 2 personalities in one. At that moment Flippy tried to kill him anyway, but at the moment, Xeba separated the soul of Flippy and Flippy, sending one to hell and the other to heaven respectively, kind of like sending someone's remains to the 4 corners of the earth as a show of power. Same thing for Jarek. A spoiler alert for future Amnesia episodes, so be warned. Jarek met the Zelgo Reaper in episode 1 and ripped Brian O'Bear's heart out later in the episode. He put his heart in the ground, which would cause him to gain more power and could create towers that spread his brainwashing, washing all those who are sinners and possessing them to be his dark descendants. After that he would face Xavier Barrington, to whom after a battle Jarek turned Xavier into one of his henchmen. In episode 2.5 he returned, but that was for giving the reborn O'Bear a task to be the guardian of the Garden of Light, which will become more important come episode 6. He returned again in episode 4, as he killed Ryan Zierberlos, who was now a henchman of Donovan Jarek's Shadow Architect project, and Dylan, who was with the military. After that he tries to kill Donovan, but would be stopped by Xavier Barrington, who was also a henchman of Donovan Jarek's Shadow Architect project. During the long battle, Donovan would fire a very strong rocket that would leave him badly injured. He wasn't dead though, as he was seen regenerate in an episode 5, as the people he controlled defended the place where he once was, as seen in episodes 4.5, 5.25, and eventually 6.5. Episode 6 saw a brutal battle as Brandon confronted the Dark Lord. After Brandon had killed a few of his minions, Ryan Schaefer and Thomas Riddle in particular, Brandon then fought Jarek in a brutal battle, until Jarek separated Brandon and Brandon's souls into two separate entities. Brandon then dashes toward Jarek, only for Jarek to stab him with his knife, killing the good side and sending him to heaven. Brandon wanted to kill him now for killing Brandon, but then a portal with hands made a lava trap Brandon to hell, all like Jason Voorhees in Jason Goes to Hell. That would show that Jarek wanted his and Brandon's suffering to end, but it seems like Brandon wants to end the war, so as will be seen at the end of episode 6.5, he begins climbing out of hell with a saber attached to the arm he lost in episode 6, so the war is far from over. Well, that was something. Join us next time where we talk about the beginning of the Amnesia War for both HTF and MMC. See you guys later.
Children, this isn't the end, it's only the beginning.